Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander?
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
I wasn't speaking to you as my commanding officer, ma'am. I don't want to send any bad signals. Just, working on what I've picked up. You tell me if I'm going too far.
We haven't had much off-duty time to talk. You have an issue with how things are going?
I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. Do you get my meaning?
Talk to me, Kaidan. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified. Because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. I mean, hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not out of line, Kaidan. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. Just think about what I said.
Just trying to get a sense of
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
We'll talk later, Kaidan.
I'd like that.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have.
I remember this Solarian geneticist. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why
I was tasked with tracking black market trade, but we usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing.
So what was it?
Both, actually. But it took us a while to figure that out.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, after a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Saley, so I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development. But there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility. Counteract. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening?
Maybe not. Either way, one of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes, walking, living...
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percent. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden.
I hope he got what he...
That's the worst part. We never caught him. He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the near... By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill himself.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but C-Sec had... They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship... I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but all they had to do was disable that ship.
If you don't care about the fate of those hostages, then you're no better than he is.
Yeah,
You're just
maybe you're right. I just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salian?
I sent out feelers from time to time. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart. His idea of a joke, I guess. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to
I'll check out the
I was
coordinates.
hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel.
I'll take it in the comm room.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission.
I'll take it in the comm room.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that
I'll take all the help.
We've received an urgent message from one of our...
I'm listening.
We currently have several infiltration units.
What did they find?
Considering your interest in Sarah...
I'll look into
The
it.
Council... Good luck, Commander Shepard.
Engaging target. Husks. The ship's probably crawling with them.
How much chance we're finding the survivors? Perimeter secured. Area secured. Area secured.
According to the log files, the ship was out near the Perseus Vale. Looks like they found some kind of alien artifact. They brought it on board, and then... This is really weird, Shepard. They plotted a course straight into the Perseus Vale, like they wanted the Geth to find them.
That artifact must have done something to them. Why else would someone fly into Geth space?
The entries don't make a lot of sense after that. It's like the captain's mind was falling apart. I don't see anything about how they got back into human territory.
The Geth turned them into husks, and then left the ship where someone would find it, trying to show us what happens to anyone who goes into the Vale.
According to the log file, they brought it on board.
That artifact.
The Geth turned them into husks, and then left the ship where someone would find it. Trying to show us what happens to anyone who goes into the Vale.
Looks like we've got an active distress beacon on the planet below, Commander. No message, just a locator signal.